canola, right?
Oh, is that for the
This is for the beef.
le boeuf?
So theoretically, the beef should all be the same thickness.
Theoretically.
So it's pretty thick. But we're not going to cut it in half. So it's going to take a little bit to cook. So we're just going to get that started. So, huh?
Stringless.
Stringless, boneless. So, salt and pepper. Right? You're going to lose salt in the pan. And it's a big piece of meat. So, nice dry meat, paper towel on it. I had it sitting out while you were gone, kind of starting to temper. We want to bring our oil up to the smoking point. We're going to sear it, and then we're going to pop it in the oven and let it finish in the oven. So you need to get good color on both sides before you put it in the oven, because you're not going to get color on it when it's in the oven. And then while that's working, we're going to get our onion rings and our batter set up for that. I forgot to get a beer.
Beer?
Yeah. Can you grab me one?
Yeah.
Can you grab me one? It's in the walk-in. On our side, second shelf from the bottom on the left. So we're going to put our meat in. Right? And make sure we press it down, that it gets nice contact. This pan's not exactly flat, but it'll work. Then you can kind of like press it down, making sure it has good contact with the bottom. Oh, I was gonna open it my way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did.
Open another
Everybody was really impressed. Open a dozen more.
Yes, put them all in there.
Oil, salt, pepper.
Yeah. What's that? I use the back of a knife. I kind of just like pop it like
Teeth?
that. So again, we want to make sure it's nice and sort of evenly brown across the whole bottom. You want to get your hat on, Dylan, and get your bag off and put your drink that doesn't have a lid on it in the fridge. You have a hat? And a drink with a, and you put your fancy drink in the fridge. So, also I have broccoli rabe that I blanched ahead of time and shocked it. I have that in paper towels. We're just going to reheat that in a little bit of butter and a little bit of chili flakes, salt and pepper. So that's good there. So we're going to get pretty much same color on the opposite side. You need a little bit of oil in the pan, but you don't want a lot. We're not deep frying. Then we're gonna let this meat rest, and then we're gonna make our sauce in the pan once it's done. So in your soup window, you're gonna have to make your soup, and then after your soup window closes, I believe it's 5 minutes before your entree. So before your soup comes up, your beef is pretty much gonna be done. Your sauce is gonna pretty much be done. Your broccoli rabe is going to be blanched off. You'll have your batter made up for your onion rings and everything. So at the last minute, you can just deep fry your onion rings, heat up your broccoli rabe, finish your sauce, and your potatoes will be done. So potatoes, they took about half an hour in the oven, and they need about 20 minutes to relax. Otherwise, they're going to spread out on the plate and not stay together. This meat, I like to get a crust on both sides. I don't like to sear it around the outside. There's no fat there, and also it kind of makes it a little bit tough. So this way, it'll keep it a little bit softer. I'm just gonna pop this in the oven now. So, still 350. Probably go medium rare on it.
You don't serve the sides.
No. think it makes it too crusty. You don't listen. Oh, it's done. So probably 15 minutes. And it depends on the thickness. Again, I'm going medium rare on this. We'll check it at like 10. So, a couple minutes after 7. So we're gonna do salt and pepper. We have plain flour here. We need to make up our dredge for our onion rings. And then I got a little mixing bowl. So it's similar to a tempura batter, except instead of using like club soda or soda water, I'm using beer. So for this, we're going to use cake flour. Why would we use cake flour?
Less gluten.
Less gluten, right? I don't want it to be gummy. Great. And so you'll notice we have cake flour in little bags over there, and it's a lot whiter than sort of all-purpose flour. And the biggest thing with this is on the timeline, it's by volume, not by weight. So it's 6 ounces by volume. So this is a 2 ounce volume measure. So you would do 3 of those for your 6 ounces, because it actually weighs 3.75 ounces. Is what I came up with yesterday when I set it up. And then you're doing 2 ounces by volume of cornstarch. So 1 2-ounce ramekin full of cornstarch. So why are we adding cornstarch to it?
Lighter, crispier.
Crispier. Helps make a crispier sort of batter. We're doing a little bit of baking powder. So it's going to add a little bit of volume and fluff to it. And we need to salt this a little bit. Then we're going to add our beer. So this will be about half a beer per person. So 1 beer between 2 people. See, I can do math. Don't drink it.
I like to drink it.
And we don't want to overwork this batter. It's kind of like a pancake batter where a couple of lumps are okay. It's a little bit thinner than like a pancake batter. I don't mix it anymore. Right, real tight rates.
I hear the same about Australia as well, like a bottle of like $7.50 in the spirit box.
So that's our beer batter. You can make that ahead a little bit and just park it in the fridge.
Smell like beer.
If you make it too early though, the baking powder is going to sort of lose its puff. The beer is going to lose its bubbles. So you're going to lose some of that airiness from it.
How long before do you recommend?
So you can make it within half an hour or so. So I'm just going to heat up a little bit of butter and get my broccoli rabe ready to go. So we don't have to do a beurre fondue for this. We're just going to melt a little bit of whole butter. And get that ready. So we're just going to heat it up. Again, it's not much, so we can kind of just heat it up in here. If we were heating up more, we would put it in boiling water, reheat it, and then kind of toss it in butter. So salt, pepper, and a little bit of chili flake. Or crushed red pepper.
You said we are doing a beurre fondue or not?
No. So just a tiny bit of chili flake. Just to add a little bit of flavor. It shouldn't be like super spicy. And then we'll get our onion rings. So we'll let that warm up a little bit. Hardest part's finding the end of the paper towel. So, boiling salted water, blanch, shock, right? Nice bright green. Just let that warm up there. So for our onions, onion rings, right? So we're cutting the ends off. And then this time you're gonna peel the outside layer off. Don't cut into it because you're gonna end up cutting through the layers. Okay. So we're gonna do about 1/2 inch thick slices. If we do about 6 onion rings is enough for you to do, like a portion. I mean, I would take a whole onion and you can use sort of the pick out the nicest ones. Gentle so you don't snap the layers. So those you can cut whenever, have those ready. We're gonna check on our beef. So we need a little bit more time yet on that. I can temp it and see where we are. Oh, we're cold yet. 78. I'll tell you what. Why don't we start cleaning up for a little bit? I'll call you when the beef is close, and then we'll finish it up, just so we're not